kaya chit yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namne Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, am I audible to everyone? Is that clear?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes, you're audible.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we are reading from 12th chapter from Srimad Bhagavad-gītā, so verse number 11. So this is in the chapter, and title is Devotional Services. So such a wonderful chapter. अतैथादपि आसक्तो असि कर्तुं मध्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलात्यागं तथा कुरु यथात्मवान्. So if, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. So I'll go for second verse, the next verse. Just if you cannot take to this, okay. Shreyo hi jnanam adhyasa jnanat dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalatyagas tyagas shantir anartham. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So this Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, this chapter we discuss in the pure devotional services towards Krishna, unto the Lord Sri Krishna. Is the highest and most expedient means for attaining pure love for Krishna, which is the highest end of spiritual existence. Those who follow this supreme path develop divine qualities. So then here Arjuna is inquiring, which are considered to be more perfect, and those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service are those who worship impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested. And Krishna replies to Arjuna that the Supreme Personality of Godhead says that, okay, those who fix their minds upon my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be the most perfect. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging and fixed, immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth. By controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve. And he continues, says that for those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal future of the supreme, advancement is very troublesome. It clearly says that, if you see in the last chapter, it's 11th chapter, 5th verse. Like, anyway, I'll explain this little bit about the further discussion. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. And again, he says that, but those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Partha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Krishna is clearly stating that. He's saying that just fix upon your, fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth. Yeah, definitely. Wherever Krishna is there, he will have all auspiciousness and all wealth, all victory, all knowledge, all transcendental knowledge, all renunciation, obviously. And if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation and follow the regulative principles, so for that he's saying like one who doesn't able to fix upon him about Krishna, and by working for me, you will come to the then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. So by doing the sadhana bhakti, so one can achieve the Krishna. In this way, develop a desire to attend. That's what. And if you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then try to work for me. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. Yeah, that's what last was. I think so 1 month ago. I don't know when exactly discussed yesterday. So if one cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then try to work for me. Krishna is saying that. And one is not able to even practice the regulative principles. So for them, the Bhakti Yoga, so different angas are like how to we can engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness knowingly, unknowingly. Uh, One must have definitely under guidance of spiritual master can still be drawn to this perfectional stage by working for the Supreme Lord. And one may ask how to do this work has already been explained in the um, how to do that. Then one should be sympathetic to the propagation of Krishna consciousness, and there are many devotees who are engaged in propagation of Krishna consciousness, and they require help. So even if one cannot directly practice the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, he can try to help such work. How we can um, to in order to establish a business, so we need a lot of endeavor, and the endeavors requires especially business to land, capital, organization, labor. How a businessman requires all this, like the same it is required in the service of Krishna. The only difference is that the materialism, one works for sense gratification. The same work, one, however, can be performed for the satisfaction of the Krishna, and that is spiritual activity. If one has sufficient money, he can help in building an office like uh, Krishna's temple for propagating Krishna consciousness, or and one can help with publications, but distributing books and sponsoring. If you are not personally going and distributing books, you can help in the sponsoring books, helping to temples. Yeah, one should grasp this opportunity, participating in the festivals, helping in the temples for the conducting festivals and different yatras. So we can sponsor. So in South India, it is a famous uh, it is a custom that they say that slogan, uh, Annadata. You know, the best danam is Annadanam. They give lot of donations for the prasadam distribution. In Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, we see that For Annadanam, you'll find so many donors. And once I was hearing Amitabh Bachchan's interview, he was telling that during COVID, he was on phone call for an hour or 2 hours to give donations to Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanam for 10 crores he wants to give. So everyone, there are so many temples are there. Yeah, so we can give any temple. But uh, our ISKCON temples are, you don't need to wait sir, 2 hours or 1.5 hours in order to give donations. Just give a call, hardly it may take 5 minutes, because ISKCON, it is having almost 800 centers across the globe, and all the centers, most of the centers are being engaged in distributing the Krishna Prasadam. Okay, we may not distribute per day in each temple thousands of plates, uh, bulk like how Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanam uh, distributes, but we distribute a good amount of prasad. And if you club together all prasadam plates, then definitely we'll achieve that level of amount how it is being distributed since some 30-40 years. So, and we should understand how we can grasp the opportunity of distributing prasadam or helping the temple and engaging ourselves. There will be many sevas, Ajman seva, like flower decorations, and any festivals happens, and all centers celebrates DT Abhisheka by sponsoring paraphernalia for the Abhisheka. We can participate ourselves directly, and in TTD, definitely you will have a 1 or 2 minutes close darshan, but you will not have the opportunity to do Abhishek to the lordships. But in our ISKCON temples, by Prabhupada's mercy, all our temple presidents is being giving chances to the donors to do Abhishek to their lordships. See, you just by giving some generous donation or kind donations for the uh, temples, and definitely you will have a opportunity to worship the Lord indirectly or directly. It is when you do Abhishek, it is a direct worship. So then obviously our fortune made that one activity. So sometimes knowingly and unknowingly we we may engage ourselves in devotional services, since the neophyte or new persons is not into that much close to into bhakti yoga, is not having any idea, but contributing themselves in a different and various activities of Krishna consciousness, one can develop these devotional services. And we no need to give up all these things. Obviously, grihasthas have money, and that money can be utilized for the Krishna service. When a person engages themselves for uh, Krishna service, so that makes some purpose of the resources. Like if one cannot sacrifice the results of his activities, the same person can still sacrifice some percentage appropriate of Krishna consciousness. And this voluntary service to the cause of the Krishna consciousness will help one to rise to higher state of love for God, whereupon one becomes perfect. So, as the mind is fickle like the wind, and I do not have the power of restraint it. And if you cannot gradually fix the mind by practice, be a person whose activity is being offered to Krishna, to the highest goal. So, mat karma param, Krishna says that. Such activities were previously described as like building temples, and which we were like watering the flower gardens. When a person does the activities which are easily performed on behalf of Krishna, says, okay, I do whatever the person does activities behalf of me. So by the power of directing all those activities to my very attractive form, your mind will become absorbed in me, that attractive form, and you will attain a position close to me, siddhim. So by this method, one can very easily attain him. And if you discuss in the 11th verse, that's what, if you cannot do this, take shelter of my protective nature. That's what Krishna is saying, that while controlling your mind, act with a detachment from the result of the work. And if you or others are not able to do these activities, such as cleaning my temple, which are very easy and pleasing to Krishna, so yeah, sometimes we will not have time to engage ourselves in directly, because of being engaged in our self uh, goals, which is hankering for material advancement. Definitely somebody have, even in spite of all these material challenges, one who has this desire to serve Krishna, so they can different services they can, even in that a person is not having time. So Krishna is saying that, so so it's pleasing to, if you are prevented by obstacles, such as being the leader of my great family, of a great family, take shelter of my protective nature. He's saying that madhyoga mashrita, like, and perform all activities which are to be performed with renunciation of the results, with controlled mind. Etatmavan, by performance of fire sacrifice and full moon sacrifices, devoid of desire for results, which are form of worship of me, which are form of worship of Krishna. And knowledge arises within the person, like the lotus arising from the muddy water. And definitely one realizes one's position and Paramatma's position as servant and master, and then realizes the supreme position of the Lord. Gradually, supreme bhakti will manifest. That's what, mm, Yat pravritir bhutatma, sorry, bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmanatham abhyachaya siddhim vindati manmanaha. So this was from 18th chapter. Krishna says in the further, in the later chapters, like, by worshipping of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, through performing his own duties, a man can attain perfection. Mad bhaktim labhathe param. Even he says that he will then attain supreme bhakti in Mad bhaktim labhathe param. So 18th chapter, 54th verse. Yeah. So, and that's what, next verse says that Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasa jnanatya dhyanam vishishyate dhyanat karma phalam tyagas shanti anantaram. Realization of Atma is preferable to practicing remembrance of the Lord. And by practice of meditation, one Atma is preferable to realization of the Atma. The preferable to practice of meditation is renunciation of the results of work. From this detachment, one finally gets purity. So how we like now? And this verse actually praises karma yoga without seeking results. We have to understand that without seeking results, because it is easy to perform, can be done with the full attention, and contains the seed of knowledge. Better than not accomplishing the practice of continuance, continuous remembrance of me. As Krishna says, continuous remembrance of Krishna, abhyasat, is jnana. And direct perception of your own Atma better than unaccomplished realization of Atma, jnana again, which is the doer to realization of Atma and Paramatma of Paramatma is the practice of meditation, dhyanam, on one's own Atma. This is better in this, in the senses that it is beneficial for our own, attaining realization of Atma. But better than unsuccessful practice of meditation is renunciation of results and performing actions without seeking results. After giving up results in activities, one attains purification of the mind. Definitely, the purification of mind is called Shanti. So that comes through only the practice of Bhakti Yoga. Krishna, that's what in this 12th verse he's saying that. Then with a pure mind, one can perform meditation. With proper meditation, one can realize Atma. As a result of Atma Nana, one gains knowledge of the Paramatma, and by the knowledge of Paramatma, one takes to pure bhakti. By that, one attains me in that mode of majesty. The meaning is that this method is difficult. Moreover, so this is not an instruction for Arjuna because he was an exclusive devotee. Those who are sanishta, engaged in nishkama karma and meditating on the Lord, realize their own Atma, then parabhakti to the majestic form of the Lord arises. And by that bhakti, the devotee realizes Hari, the seat of prema, and become liberated. This is the method of in this this method indicate in the Gita. However, one should understand that this instruction is meant for those who are devoid of exclusive devotion. So, yeah, even Prabhupada mentions in many places what are the direct and indirect methods. Like if you go through that, you see that the direct process is not possible for everyone. Therefore, the indirect process is also good. To reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest goal, there are two processes. Like um, one process is by gradual development, and the other process is direct. Devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the direct method. And the other method is involving renouncing the fruits of one's activity. So that's what we were discussing last few minutes. That's how then one can come to the stage of knowledge, then to the stage of meditation, then to the stage of understanding the super soul. And then Supreme Personality of God. Then one may take either the step-by-step process or the direct path. the direct process is not possible for everyone. Therefore, like, yeah, indirect process is also good. It is, however, to be understand that the indirect process is not recommended for Arjuna, what we discussed now. Like, it clears the successive superiority of abhyasa and manana and smarana meditation mentioned previously. Excuse. And better than practice is fixing the intelligence on Krishna, jnanam or mananam. By performing practice alone, it is difficult to achieve meditation. By performing mananam, easily one can come to meditation. So therefore, by this distinction, it is concluded that meditation, that my mana adhastva or smaran is better than jnana, like again manan. Why? Why? From meditation, one become devoid of desire for fruits of sakama karma. Okay. And in the form of liberation, like sakama karma in the form of achieving the swarga, and the fruits of nishkama karma in the form of liberation. So even though swarga and liberation are attained without this endeavor, without our own endeavor, so people says that okay, um, okay, if I do some good karma, I may go to Swarga. Actually, why we want to go to Swarga? Because we are experiencing in this material world with this body, we are experiencing some pain, which actually uh, causes us to think over, like, no, we feel that pain. So a person experiences in a daily life different activities, and from morning till he goes to bed, uh, he experiences happiness and unhappiness and distress, different levels of like no feelings of body and mind. So when a person thinks that okay, it's done, I'm done with the day, come on, so at least I need some rest. So the person, he is tired of having difficulties and challenges and for the day of the life. It is not ending for that day. Then you know that, okay, so and so time, so I will do this. So, okay, night I'll go by 7:30, I'll reach home, I'll take shower, I'll take prasad, and I'll go to sleep. Then definitely I just want to forget all this pain and which is causing me to mentally stress. So let me go to bed early. So for what purpose we all think this, and that's how person also realizes that, come on, so what karma I have done in the last life, okay, let me do some good karma, so by doing that I will achieve swarga, so then they will not be having any pain. But what is the use of this human form of this body? The purpose of life is to understand that the highest goal of life is to serve the Krishna. So if one doesn't have this knowledge, doesn't understand this, so there is no point of going Swargalo. So that's what. So whatever we do karma or a material aspect or Krishna consciousness aspect, like direct or indirect devotional services. So it should be the goal of life to achieve Krishna consciousness. If it is not that motive, then definitely So then again, we had to fall in this trap of this Maya, this birth, death, and different aspects of life cycle. So we have to take birth again. So even though Swarga and liberation are attained without his one's own endeavor, the devotee become like indifferent to them. And before the devotee reaches steady meditation, when he has not yet attained Rati, like Bhava, so he has just a desire to give up liberation. But when he becomes fixed in meditation at Bhava stage, he becomes disgusted with moksha. Yeah, definitely he's not anchoring for moksha anymore because he understands the devotion under the perfect guidance of bona fide spiritual master. When he takes liberation as insignificant, that meditation is the cause for indifference to moksha. This is stated in the Bhakti-rasamrita like Sindhu, where bhakti glorified with the six qualities, kleshagni and shuddha moksha and lagutkrat and sudur labha and sandharananda visheshatma sri krishna karshini chasa. That's what like. And bhakti is characterized by destruction of suffering, bestowal of good qualities, and disregard for liberation, rarity, intense spiritual bliss, and attracting even Krishna. The first two qualities appearing during sadhana bhakti, the second two including indifference to liberation and appear during bhava bhakti or rati. The last two qualities appear in prema bhakti. The state of meditation is equated with bhava bhakti. One is naturally detached from both bhukti and mukti at the stage achieving karma palatyaga. It's mentioned in this verse, like Bhakti Sindhu says that na paramestya na mahendra dishnuyan na sarva bhahunam bahumam na rasadi patyam na yoga siddhir apnor bhavam va maya arpita mechati mat vinanyat. The devotee who has offered his soul to me does not want anything if it is separation from me, not the possession of the supreme demigod of the universe, and Brahman, nor for the Lord Indra, nor kingship over the entire earth or over the lower planetary systems. Yeah, it is from uh, Srimad Bhagavatam. It says in 11th canto. I do remember. So, nor that mystic perfections of yoga, nor even freedom from the cycle of rebirth. In that verse, Maya Arpita Atma means fixed in dhyana on me. Krishna is saying that. After developing the states of the fruits of action, he then attains peace in the form of stopping the senses from dwelling to all objects except my form and qualities. Excuse me. This exploration directly links the succession of the stage from the two words Shreya and Vishishyate. Like in first line, I was telling from Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, like no Vishishyate, it's Anantaram when we see in this verse and the second line. So no other explanation can be considered. So in the In further verses, we will understand that a devotee who is without hatred towards any person, who is a friend to all living entities, who is merciful without possessiveness. That's why now Sukadeva Goswami recommends to fix one's mind in service of personality of Godhead. Krishna also recommends this direct process in Bhagavad-gītā. How now Sukadeva Goswami is saying that so assured policy, namely to fix one's mind in the service of this personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, also recommends. You see in the Bhagavad-gītā 6th chapter 47th verse, the mind is being spiritually cleansed. One should at once engage himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord by the different devotional activities of hearing and chanting. That's what Shravanam Kirtanam only purifies one's heart and mind. Then when we do these two activities under proper guidance, that is the surest of path of progress, and even for the disturbed mind. So then definitely one will be Prabhupada says that a person is just climbing in a staircase, so he is going maybe taking one step by step, so he's not able to understand also how he's he has to take steps. But a person who is under the proper guidance of spiritual spiritual master for the spiritual advancement, so that person, as soon as he starts developing hearing and chanting, like then this fraction of seconds, he will climb the 100 steps. So we must understand that the devotional activities, the main, the base is to establish ourselves into devotional activities. Even sometimes over a practice of um, after initiation also we feel that sometimes my chanting is not going we feel okay. Somehow other my devotional service is not good. So just stick uh, to practice the principles of the basic principles. The two activities which helps you overcome all the obstacles in devotion. Even Mahaprabhu says that the two oh, the creepers of the devotional services only can be removed by performing the two activities. We know the creepers of the devotional services. Vaishnava Prad, he says no. So the mad elephant goes to the garden and removes all the plants and throws like that. So even that stage, a person realizes that Vaishnava Prad has done then Mahaprabhu says that watering the roots. So one who start again hearing and chanting and the devotion develops, obviously he has to apologize the offended devotee. Like he should ask forgiveness from the devotee. So in that stage, definitely then we will be back into devotional activities. Even so, if one person take indirect process, there is no success unless one comes fully to the directed process of hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. And we see, and devotee was already situated in that direct process because the Supreme Personality had taken birth as her son. In the transcendental world, the servant and the master are one. That is the absolute platform. Although the relationship is a servant and master, both the servant and the served stand on the servant platform, so on the same platform. That is oneness. Lord Kapila advised his mother that one, like, no, she did not need any indirect process. She was already situated in the direct process because the Supreme Lord had taken Bharata as her son. Actually, she did not need any, like, no, further instructions. Yes, Krishna has directly taken, but and that's what, like, one who cannot take the direct process, however, should take the indirect process of performing yajnas for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Thus, by doing the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So anything material and spiritual are done for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and understood that by such yajnas, like now, get liberation from the material bondage. Okay, I hope I'm done. And definitely one who, like, engages themselves in this ninefold process of described in, like, uh, devotional activities, then definitely they will be in Krishna consciousness. However, like, should take the indirect process of performing the yajnas for the satisfaction of Vishnu, or yajna. Vishnu is therefore called Yajnapati, right? Okay. Thank you for, like, giving me opportunity. Any comments or suggestions? I, like, ask forgiveness if I made any comments or irrelevant to this discussion. Please forgive me. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Any comments?
Prabhuji, thank you for a very nice class, and also telling us how one can donate to temples. But I was just wondering, Prabhuji, there is, I mean, we keep getting messages in the WhatsApp saying that the donations going to the temples, the funds are being diverted to mosques and churches without, our knowledge. I mean,
Good
we are
question.
not aware. I'm not sure whether this is applicable to ISKCON temples because Tirumala and all the other big temples, I think so, because of the bad governance, or I don't know what. I'm really ignorant and about all this. So whether the same is happening to ISKCON also?
So good question. First of all, let me clear two aspects of this question, Mataji.
Because
Okay.
all of us have to be made aware,
Can
Prabhuji, this what is
can I
happening.
answer? Can I answer, Mataji? You all have you done, or you have any further questions?
I'm done,
So
Prabhuji.
okay, thank you, Mataji. There are like, to understand this, we have to understand that, and ISKCON temples are individual independent temples under one shelter. So whatever have temple collected, the particular temple collected donation, that only stays with that particular temple for the temple development activities, for the especially feeding the devotees and uh, performing the different devotional activities and pujas for the lordships. Okay, and these accounts have been submitted to the Indian government. Okay, if on yearly basis they submit to bureau, and bureau validate. Indian bureau is like, it's a local GBC, RGB called Indian bureau, it is a legal entity. So these accounts, they validate and they submit to Government of India that we are declaring that these accounts have been clearly verified and not utilized for unmotivated or undeviated activities. The purpose of donation collection being utilized for the proper utilization for the particular purpose. The purpose is being fulfilled for the devotional activities, which is the made the cause. And Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam also, they don't directly distribute the funds, only as you mentioned, the poor governance, and that also they don't have direct access to divert the funds, but they have access. So whoever is there in the EO or whatever, the different Palaka Mandali it is called, those people engages other religion people, and in the name of salaries, they give them funds. Like if a person is serving as a cleaner, if he is they know where this person is being uh, recruited, that person, if he is paid for 15,000 in general, then they may give excess amount 20,000 or 30,000, or they give more other facilities. That's what. So it is our responsibility when we vote. This is out of the subject, but still you brought up this concept. I mean the question. We should see when we vote for the people. So we should see who is the right person. Is he religious? Is a good person or not? We don't see in a religion based, but we have to see whether this person is capable enough to handle the power. So even if the person is religion, Hindu religion is not enough to handle the power, or is not dharmic, then no point of electing such incapable person as our leader. So that comes through a proper intelligence. So if we and I came from Andhra, so in it is out of the record a request. So and everyone knows the fact, but in village levels, in the district and mandal levels, any elections comes, the politicians, they come and distribute funds for vote 5,000 or 2,000 like that for the poor people, and by taking 2,000 or 5,000 rupees for casting our vote to the particular person, if such kind of activities we do for just 5,000 rupees, we sacrifice, we compromise ourselves, then we have to definitely face the consequences in further. So because of all this lack of intelligence, lack of knowledge, by reading Bhagavad-gītā and practicing devotional services, then definitely one develops his intelligence towards good
Shall I add
activity.
something, Srivatsa Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, please, you are welcome. I'm done.
Hare Krishna to everybody. You see, first of thing, if you give money to, you are giving to deities. And it's going to the temple. And if temple misuses, because you are giving money to deities, you are getting bhakti of deities. But if temple in charge misuse that your money, he will get karma. Like
Yeah, that is.
that. In fact, I tell you in incident, in my temple only, about 2 years back, on Govardhan Puja, they were making poster. Ke Gau Puja donation if you want to give. I said, we don't have Gaushala. I said, where you will send this money? Either you have to send to SLNT or you have to send to Mayapur, anywhere Gaushala is there. I said, we can't keep this money Gaushala. Go, if somebody gives for Gau or feed or something, we have to send money somewhere else. We cannot take name of a cow. I said, I cannot take karma of that cow. I cannot be taking money on cow, and we does not spend that money on cow. So that depends on individual, how his consciousness is there. And you should not feel that my money is bad use. This is WhatsApp Gyan is very bad, Mataji. WhatsApp, so many things going on, YouTube, so many things going on. Our conscious is, we are attached to deities, we are attached to ISKCON, we are attached to the temple. Anything, any temple also. So we are giving to deities and temple actually. And it is depend on the kind of in charge of the temple, if misuse or something like that. Because it is everybody has their own conscious or own thoughts actually.
Hare Krishna, I just want to add to, like when you give money to a beggar, you think you're doing very good karma. But if he's smoking and he's drinking alcohol, you get bad karma. So in the same way, when you give money for a good cause to the right, and you know, like this money is going for food donation, it's going for construction, or it's going for deity dresses. And if it is misused anyway, the person in charge, like now Ankul is the president, Sheshaji Puruma. If the money is filtered, if the money is misused, he gets karma. You do not get it. And
Yeah.
and I don't say, see, in any institute, whether it is a corporate institute, it's a temple, it's home, 5 people have different natures, and I cannot say I'm a thief, I'm a king, I'm this thing. You cannot get into the sleeves of somebody. So this is, and you know, like this is the position of it. Okay, donation done in a good institute, where we've given it to Tirupati Balaji. What they do is their karma. What we've done is our karma. Am I right, Prabhu?
You're right, Mataji. Anyway,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji and Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu.
So I hope Mataji got clarity on it.
Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you very much for the clarification. I was actually making donation to this ISKCON Bangalore Goshala also, but I'm not sure. You're saying now that there is no Goshala?
ISKCON Bangalore, Mataji, that's what, like, are you in Bangalore?
Hare Krishna, I am not taking, Sheshajipuram is not accepting Goshala.
On Goshala, Sheshajipuram is not accepting. I don't know about others.
Mataji, if you want to contribute to Goshala, then see there.
Vrindavan I have contributed once, but then in the what you call the advertisements that they come on to my WhatsApp from ISKCON, donate. I keep getting regular requests. So I'm getting requests from saying that kindly donate to the Goshala. So I've been doing that.
Yes. Vrindavan has a Goshala, Mataji. Vrindavan has a Goshala. Mayapur has a
Vrindavan
Goshala.
I've donated
Mayapur
once or
has a
twice. I
big
can't
Goshala.
remember.
We have almost
But
500.
ISKCON Bangalore also I've donated twice or something for the Goshala. So now you're saying there's no Goshala. I'm not sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji, ISKCON Mayapur has a big Goshala, and ISKCON, like Prabhu said, ISKCON Narasimha Mandir has Goshala. In Bangalore, only one temple have Goshala. In South India, I know what are the temples like have Goshalas. Like I assist the cow ministry in East India and South. East India and
Kindly
South India.
share me a proper link for Goshala, Prabhuji. I somehow have a lot of affinity.
Yeah, see, I myself is like vice president for the one temple in Andhra, Guntur. We have Goshala near about 150 cows. We need definitely support from all the different devotees, but I never canvass because it is not good. But so we ask locally only. But anyway, Mataji, you like I will tell Sridhar Prabhu to. I don't have any website and all. We have this one only. Scanner QR code or something.
That will be
No,
enough, Prabhuji. Share it with us.
yeah. And this we have separate account for the Goshala. It will go to Goshala account only. Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
sir. Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very kind of you.
And thank you, Mataji. We have some 80 acres are there. So we cultivate grass and all. And we need
In
sometimes
Guntur,
Guntur.
very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Okay. Prabhu,
Thank you,
thank you
Prabhuji.
very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhye chapatitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. Thank you for
Yes,
that.
Prabhu. Sorry.
How are you, Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm good, Mataji. So thanks for